why behind a lot of the plays. Last year, I was really just given the ability to go out there, gave me the plays, make the best of the situation. As we went on, they kind of started to feed me a little bit more information about different things behind the play. But this year, I was able to kind of, start from, I guess, scratch and just get the meat and potatoes behind the why of a lot of different plays. And it gave me a better outlook, and I can keep my vision from like being narrow to what I got focused to the whole entire offense.
Along those lines, Kenyon, I'm curious your thought process in terms of what you can accomplish. I mean, it feels like you did a great job last year in that little time of run up. So does that change kind of your expectations now that you have this ability to find out the whys and everything in terms of what you might actually be able to pull off?
My expectations haven't changed from the first time I got here. I was able to go and have immediate success with help from the people around me. And this year is no different. And it's going to be an even a better situation in terms of getting the install one through whatever. And with the supporting cast around me, I feel like personally I can have a lot of success.
Hey, Kenyon, how does all that comfort level translate to what you can do on the field, and kind of what's the next step for you? You know, you said you learned the why, but what's the next step in productivity for you?
The next step would be to win games. Personally, you see what you can do from a statistical standpoint. You have guys around you like Kyler and D-Hop, that O-line, the fellow guys in my room, other receivers, tight ends, the whole offense as a whole. We all have, individual statistical goals, but the main goal is to win. And that's what we look forward to doing this year, is winning a lot more games.
Next three: Catherine Fitzgerald, Mark McClune, Sierra Santos.
Hey, Kenyon. I'm wondering how much you can use your experience from last year of learning everything so quickly to help the rookies this year, who obviously were virtual for so long, slightly different situation, but like, what advice can you give them on just picking up a playbook really quickly?
Yeah, we have some real, very intelligent rookies in Eno and Jonathan. Sometimes they help me with things that I may kind of slip up and forget in terms of just the natural nuances of the game from the playbook standpoint. So we're all really just helping each other in that regard, because it's, they have a lot more meeting time than me sometimes in terms of getting them up to speed. So they get a lot of the details that, I may not have gotten beforehand with, the earlier installs. So as they continue to learn, I continue to learn, and vice versa. So we just continue to help each other.
Hey, can you take us through kind of the range of emotions last year of, not winning a whole lot of ball games, getting traded, and the offensive explosion that, happened when you came over here? Specifically, I guess, just kind of how it culminated, or would you say it culminated with that run in Seattle?
I just know from that perspective, we didn't really win any games up to that point, regardless of the situation that I had from a personal standpoint. I was able to come here, run for a little bit of yards that first game, took a step back, the next few games, and we finally kind of got the ball running or rolling against Cleveland and in Seattle. But this year we're looking to really hit the ground running from a personal standpoint. I'm excited to kind of get on the field and continue the success that I had at the end of the year. Once you kind of really get the ball rolling early in the year, you can kind of catch fire. And, in this league, it's about who can get hot, stay hot, and, have the most success as the season, goes through. And this is going to be a season like no other. So if we can continue to put our best foot forward week in and week out, I feel like we can have a lot of success.
Hi there. How good did it feel, and how fun was it to put on the pads and get out there and compete today?
No, it felt really good to get back out there and compete, to kind of, shake the cobwebs out and really just bump shoulders a little bit, get back to the game that we all, love, which is the physicality of it. We've been doing 7-on-7s and skeletons and all that for, long enough. And now, obviously, we're going to take care of each other on the field in the practice standpoint. But, everybody's flying around. There's a lot of physicality out there, which I like. A little bit of chippiness. Everybody's kind of been sitting around their loved ones and family members, girlfriends, wives for 6-7 months. So now we can kind of go out there and, play ball again. So I feel like everybody's using that energy real well.
Next three, Kevin Zimmerman, Bob McManaman, Kyle Odegaard.
Hey, Kenyon, just having half a season running behind that offensive line, I don't know how much you pay attention to what people say about offensive lines, but where do you think those guys stand, and do they get enough credit for you and just as the team success goes?
Yeah, I don't feel like the offensive line gets enough credit, from a league-wide perspective. When you see the best running backs, they usually have a great O-line to complement them because you can't do anything without those big men up front paving the way. I had a lot of success last year, on, the backs of their success as well. So anytime I have success, I'm quick to shout them out because, like I said, I can't do anything without them. So, I look forward for them to continue to gel as a cohesive group with Coach Cougs leading the charge. And, I'm just excited to, be behind them again and, rack up a lot of yards behind them.
Kenyon, keeping on the same line of thought there, the O-line, right tackle is there's some competition there between a couple guys. Josh Jones is also in the mix, though probably a little bit behind right now. What's your thought about your right tackle spot and how important that position is?
Just like every position on that line or any position on the field, without the other 10 guys, offense or defense, special teams, one particular play may not, go according to plan if any one of the guys don't, hold down their 111th, which is their ability to make, a play within their scheme and their ability. So, right tackle along with every other position, like I said, I'm looking forward to the competition week in and week out. We have a couple more days this week. We started yesterday with just, shells. And then today was the first day we put on the pass. So as the week goes on, I continue to, evaluate everybody around me because, you can't do anything without pads. So today, with that being said, I look forward to the physicality of the rest of the week.
Hey, Kenyon. Cliff was saying that this offseason you are focused on improving your production in the passing game. And I'm wondering if you did certain things working out to improve on certain things and what you do envision for yourself in the passing game.
Yeah, I've always saw myself as a versatile back. I've caught 100 balls in 2 years so far in the last couple of years. I'm excited to continue to head in the right trajectory in that department, especially with getting a better grip on the playbook this year from the passing games perspective, just getting a little more trust in Kyler and me and my ability to go out there and be one-on-one against a linebacker safety and win that matchup more times than not. So I'm all on board with, Cliff putting me in the best position and any of our other skill positions and players in the best position to go out there and do what we do best, which is make plays.
Next three, Cam Cox, Colin Harmon, Josh Weinfuss.
Hey, Kenyon, you've always kept a really positive attitude and kind of no matter the situation, you always kind of tend to look forward and always seem like, what can you do to help? Where did that attitude come from in your life?
That attitude was kind of instilled in me from a young age. My dad always taught me anytime you go anywhere, do anything is, do it like it's, the first time somebody's watching you do it. So, that's been my mantra my whole entire life is to kind of play and move with that type of energy. I'll always, especially football, played on pretty successful teams, little league, high school, college. So I just have a winner's mentality. I like to lead from the front, not necessarily a rah-rah type of person, but with my energy and with my play, I like to just be that type of person that other people can see and feed off of, and just play good ball. Sometimes obviously I'm not perfect in any regard, so I can be my own worst critic. But I've had a lot of people around me to help me push me to my best ability to understand that everything might not go according to plan, but I'm always going to give my best ability no matter what.
Kenyon, I know wins are first and foremost, but you came in and averaged a touchdown a game. Is that a realistic number over the course of a full season in this offense for you?
I'm not really much for predicting my personal stats. I have goals and aspirations, not necessarily specific numbers, but wins is the most important thing. So like you alluded to, if we continue to go out there, play good ball. If I get in the end zone, if somebody else gets in the end zone, at the end of the day, it's all about that one in the first column.
Hey, Kenyon, how has the addition of DeAndre kind of impacted the passing game and your role in the passing game? Then you've had 103 receptions last 2 years, like you mentioned. That's 10th most over the last 2 years. What's it like knowing that you're becoming known as a receiving running back in addition to just a regular old running back?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the game is coming to nowadays, especially in 2020. If you look around the league from a offensive standpoint, especially from a defensive standpoint in terms of players' bodies and how they are used to defend, linebackers are getting smaller and more quicker to defend against, receiving threats out the backfield like myself or anybody else. You see guys like Christian McCaffrey catching the ball, and doing 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing. I feel like not necessarily that specific stat will become more known, but players that have that ability to be versatile at the backfield and, be able to run the ball up the middle is going to be more common in this game. So I'm the type of person that always felt like my game was that type of game. So I just look forward to be able to get the ball in those situations and make the most of it.
Our last four for Kenyon will be Howard Balzer, Catherine Fitzgerald, Darren Urban, Cam Cox.
Continuing, Kenyon, on the subject of the passing game, with defense, especially against this offense, probably having this spread out, how much opportunity do you think that gives you and the entire running game to have more open spaces to run to and potentially make big plays like you had several of them last season?
Yeah, I feel like Coach Kingsbury is gonna, like I alluded to before, put his skill position players in the best position to make plays. Obviously, with receiving threats out wide like Kirk, D-Hop, who was alluded to earlier. Obviously, Fitz doing this thing for a 17th year. The tight ends we have are vertical threats. Kyle obviously being a threat in his own right in the running back room as well. I just feel like you can't really match up or attend more than one person to any specific guy because another person could be in a single matchup and, make the most of that. So I feel like a lot of teams are going to probably try to zone us or either man us up straight up and, try to play defense. And, we got to go out there and make the plays when they're there. And I look forward to continue to, see myself and the rest of my teammates go out there and do exactly what we're supposed to do.
Kenyon, I know you and a bunch of other guys in the Cardinals have been using Twitch for when you're playing video games this offseason. What's it been like using that as a way to connect with teammates and fans? And then who on the Cardinals is best at video games?
Yeah, I like to just kind of stream. I got into a little Madden League and I was streaming specifically so we can have our league participants, see games that are being played. I guess, some of the commissioners wanted to have the games be put up so they could, administer the rules and things like that, making sure people were following the rules within the leagues as well. But then also we was able to have, a following, and I was able to get, people to look in and, see me playing video games. I've gotten a lot better from the first time I started because I was losing a lot when I first got on Twitch, how to learn, Madden, to play Madden, you have to know how to play Madden, not just football. There's a lot of things that was really making me mad because I was trying to figure out how a middle linebacker could cover or a slot receiver running down the seam, but, hey, that's Madden for you. But the more I started to really utilize the Twitch platform and YouTube platform to kind of really let fans in on things that I love to enjoy and do, especially on social media. It was pretty cool. So in the near future, maybe I have a brand, KD, that I like to, kind of promote and maybe, put fun little sweepstakes out there so fans can get a lot more involved as well.
Kenyon, over the past, half a season plus the off season, just what kind of relationship have you developed with, and how do you view him as a player now that you've been able to see him for a little while?
Can you repeat that question? Your audio kind of went out a little bit.
Sorry about that. I said, now that you've been around him for like a half season, what's your relationship like with Chase Edmonds, and how would you kind of talk about him as a player?
Yeah, Chase Edmonds is one of my good boys on and off the field. Definitely a real down to earth, cool dude. Plays video games as well. Into a lot of different other things outside of the game, sports wise, whatever the case may be. So we really mesh well in that terms of being versatile on and off the field. So I feel like when he comes in the game and spells me or vice versa, we don't really miss a beat because of his ability to, run the ball inside, catch the ball out wide, and, be used in a multitude of ways in that aspect as well. So I look forward to, his continued maturation because anytime I have a question, he's the first person I go to for anything in that regard, especially with plays and formations, things like that. He's just a real smart and cool dude.
Hey, Kenyon, kind of a non-football question here for you. We're doing a series with the Boys and Girls Club, and just curious what that organization has meant to you. Why is it a place you've always gone and kind of given back at? And what do you hope the kids get out of your visit when you go there?
Yeah, I grew up going to the Boys and Girls Clubs in Atlanta, specifically in Cobb County. And it was just something really for me to do when I wasn't playing sports. My dad didn't want me to kind of just be in the house or just be running around in the streets aimlessly. So we would go to the Boys and Girls Clubs and play video games, play pool, bumper pool, arts and crafts, little things like that to kind of, give me a better, well-rounded youth. And when I got to Miami, I was able to put my passion and time into a couple of Boys and Girls Clubs down there. And really, it was just cool because, I see myself as a big kid, so I would just go and play with the kids. I would just show up some days, especially when, maybe the football season was long and, I needed to kind of escape. I would go and just be amongst the kids because their innocence was just refreshing, you know what I mean? So as I continue out here in Arizona, just, like to do the same thing. I don't, go for any type of recognition or anything. I just go to be, another kid.
Thanks a lot, Kenyon. We appreciate it. Jalen Thompson should be up shortly.
Thanks, Kenyon.
Kenyon.
Thanks, Kenyon.